This is Ryan Ford. So yeah, we'll be leading off for Speed Stuff for Charity with Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening DX. No wrong warp, no out of bounds. All right, so let's get this started right away. So I'll count down from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so again, no wrong warp, no out of bounds. Basically, we have to transition to screens and areas that will bring you to its intended location. And no out of bounds is so Link can naturally clip into like walls and objects up to 3 pixels. So if you are more than so we're not allowed to be more than 3 pixels inside of a solid tile. Otherwise, it constitutes as out of bounds. Clipping into walls will actually be pretty important. Like talking about it, like even 3 pixels or less. But yeah, I'll get to that part later. So currently, just the usual stuff. If you've like played this game casually, like going to the beach to get the sword. Yeah, after Marin and Perrin found Link unconscious, they brought his shield back, but not his sword. So yeah, now here against sword. So I grabbed it early during that text by holding my shield out, which gives an extended hitbox for Link to grab by a bit. Also doing something similar right now and duplicating rupees when they drop on top of me. So if it touches Link's body and his shield on the same frame, then he'll collect the same rupee twice. So the beach, each of those enemies that I killed have a 50% chance to drop a rupee. So you're hoping to get as close as you can to 10 rupees after leaving the beach. And then, yeah, cutting the grass, each tile, I think, has a 1 in 16 chance to drop a rupee. So yeah, there I got caught trying to steal the shovel the first time, but second time I was too slick for him. Oh, I forgot to issue a flashing lights warning for that death. My bad. Yeah, I was like rambling on a little bit too much there. So here I'm gonna be fake buying bombs. So since I only have 10 rupees, so I can buy the bombs, and after confirming buying them, I buffer a save and quit on the next frame, and the bombs get put in your inventory, but your rupees don't get taken yet until I think 2 frames after. So you're able to save and quit and cancel that. So here you're playing the trendy game and actually spending the 10 rupees because you want to get this magic powder, because there is one required use in this category for the powder, which is right at the start of Dungeon 2, basically. It's like the one and only time that we're going to use it. So, a little bit slow, but it's actually needed to be able to progress. So next up, I'm going to enter this house for seemingly no reason. But the reason is that when I save and quit and load the file, my save point will be there, because it's the last time I changed submaps. And alright, so getting into bomb triggers. So if you can get 2 bombs on the screen at a 2 bombs on the same screen at once, then the game will freak out and play cutscenes when it's not supposed to. So here's the first example of that. So changing Terran back to normal. Normally you're supposed to use the magic powder on him, and even though I have it, it is attached with a kind of long cutscene if you actually use the powder to change him back to normal. So the bomb trigger not only changes him back, but it also skips that cutscene too. I also did try to bomb trigger to skip the owl landing when I was talking to him, which saves like 2 seconds, but fortunately I missed it, and it's not worth it to spend time trying to set up the bomb trigger for that one, because it saves so little time anyway. So putting in the key from the side, because it's a little faster. And here I'm doing this menu because whenever you enter a dungeon, there's text that comes up telling you what dungeon that you're in. And yeah, opening up your menu skips that, so it's a convenient time to do the menus that you need as well to save a little bit of time. All right, so here, so I do have my bow equipped. Arrow routing is sort of tight. We do need 16 arrows at minimum to be able to beat the final boss in this category. Because the alternative methods to kill them are slow to get in this category, so we just do the traditional way with the bow. So there I tried to do a shield bump to skip those spike traps. I did the damage boost method unintentionally, so it still didn't lose time, but I did lose a bit of health, which shouldn't be too bad as long as I don't get hit twice. I should be good. So yeah, now I got Rock's Feather, so here's gonna be the first instance of a super jump. So if you're able to jump to a wall that has a ledge, unfortunately most walls in dungeons have ledges. So if you can face away from the wall. So here I'm using my arrows with the bow to turn myself around while in midair. It'll make Link like jump off the ledge like while he's in midair, so you can super jump and skip over some stuff. Like I skipped over the key block to get the nightmare key to get into this boss fight. So here's Moldworm, or there was Moldworm. It's unironically like the hardest boss in the run because you have low health and it's a small battlefield where you're fighting him, like a small room to fight him because of all those pits, and you can easily fall in and then you have to redo the fight. A does one full heart of damage. So as a safety, I grabbed the fairy after killing the mini boss. Otherwise, I probably would have died since I actually did take a hit. Usually, if I have like 1.5 hearts, I'm like pretty confident in fighting him. But if I have less than that, I usually take a safety heal. Alright, so a lot of this movement for a bit is going to be pretty vanilla. Getting towards Dungeon 2. One thing to note that, so with Rock's Feather, if I'm moving diagonal, it's actually a little faster to jump rather than walk when going diagonal. Moving horizontally, your speed is not affected when you're jumping. So yeah, if you ever need to move diagonal, it's better to jump if you have your feather equipped. Because yeah, Link's movement speed is like I think like 25% slower when going diagonal versus going straight. So yeah, I skipped the heart piece of shame there. Gonna have to do it again later too. So here, the spin slash, if you get good RNG on the movement with these moblins, you can actually kill all of them with one spin slash, but they all divided apart from each other, so that was not very good RNG anyway. It's really rare to kill them in one spin slash, but two is like standard. So here's King Moblin. 16 subpixels per frame versus 12 per frame. So yeah, 25%. There you go. Thanks, Astra. So I've got a good boy here. Bow. So I'm going to be doing what's called a flock clip right here. So objects that give a text box, if you're clipped into a wall, you can get pushed in a direction that you're holding. So I held left for that, and it pushed me a little bit left through the tree and the block. So here's that one powder use that I needed. So yeah, flock clips will come up more during this run as well. But that's the fastest way to get to Dungeon 2 without like backtracking. Alright, and grabbing this key. So I'm not going to actually complete this dungeon in one visit. I'm going to be... and then going to exit out of exit out of the dungeon. It's faster to come back later when you have like most of the gear in the game, and then come and finish it up afterwards. So yeah, early game mini bosses are gonna die. Pretty much all die with 2 arrows because since if you noticed in the shop, the bow costs 980 rupees, so you're not expected to have that much money this early in the game. So it's supposed to be more of like a mid to late game weapon. So it's really strong and kills like enemies like super fast. Alright, so I'm gonna try and skip the hard piece of shame yet again. Alright, got it. On the way back there, it's like actually kind of, it's like non-trivial to skip that. Like, it is fairly easy, but like, I don't know, it's easy to mess up occasionally.
Why is it called the heart piece of shame, may I ask?
So, because we don't want to grab the heart piece in this category, then it's shameful to grab it. Because it just wastes time, because we don't need the extra health from it.
I see. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Yeah, so for... we even call it that even in like the 100% category, but we actually do grab the heart piece. That heart piece of shape, of course, in that category. We skip it once because it's actually faster to grab it on the way back, like when I just jumped over it now. Because Link gets moved downwards by a pixel when he grabs items, and if you're holding down, so it like saves the frame to grab it on the way back rather than on your way up. So yeah, there I did a Villa skip. So certain actors need 2 frames, 2 consecutive frames to play out. So Link falling into a pit. So if you pause on the same frame that you fall into the pit, or start falling into the pit, then you'll you'll cancel it. And when you cancel it, Link will also get pushed downwards a few pixels. So there's actually a standable tile that's down there that you can transition the screen on. Since it's a normally accessible tile, it's not considered out of bounds as well. So we got into the villa going backwards and skipped the entirety of needing to do Canalet Castle with that. And then grab the Dungeon 3 key. So yeah, it saves a ton of time, like several minutes, compared to actually going to Canalet Castle and doing that whole side quest. So yeah, I was grabbing a bunch of kills, because oh no! I grabbed that acorn by accident. So I wanted to get that piece of power that I originally had. You need to kill 30 enemies without saving and quitting, or dying. And at that point of the so this point of the run, there's enough enemies that you kill without. Oh my god! Enough enemies that you kill without Oh man, I keep losing my train of thought here. Yeah, there's enough enemies before needing to save and quit that you can get the piece of power. It increases your movement speed and increases your sword damage as well. So that's the reason that I wanted to have it. But I overrode it by getting that Guardian Acorn that was right beside it. Because I was negligent, I guess. I didn't think my Sword Slash would reach the Acorn, but it did. So there I did Dodongo skip. That was the second time that I did it, right there. While I was rambling and stuttering. So yeah, with a super jump and a clink off of the Dodongo, you can actually skip over the blocks. So yeah, skipping having to even fight the Dodongos. Normally you have to like throw 3 bombs in their mouth and all this stuff. And it's like kind of a slow fight. Alright, so here's Slime Eye. I hope I can remember what the backup strat is for this fight. Oh yeah, I think I have to equip the feather. and do spin slashes, because Yeah, doing spin slashes there, because I didn't have Piece of Power, so I didn't have the extra strength to kill them faster. So it's a pretty solid backup. But yeah, I think Piece of Power saves about 10 seconds compared to not having Piece of Power in that dungeon. So it's not too big of a deal that I lost it. Alright, so here I'm going to be doing, while coming up in a bit, I'm going to be doing something called Walrus Skip, which, again, with bomb triggers, like, normally you're supposed to bring Marin with you, and she'll sing the Ballad of the Windfish to wake up this walrus that's blocking the path to the desert. But since I don't have her, I'm gonna trigger that cutscene via bomb trigger instead. Alright, gonna damage down as well, because for an actual reason. Because when I do this bomb trigger and trigger this cutscene, my buttons are gonna get disabled until I change submaps or die. It's just faster to take a death, almost. Yeah, it's just faster to take a death instead, because this way I'm gonna be able to skip talking to the owl on the way back. So, yeah, I gotta actually pay attention to make sure that I don't soft lock here as well. Because yeah, if you get stuck on that screen after the text, then the game will try to play the cutscene and be kind of waiting for Marin to be there as well. But since she's not with you, you just get stuck on that screen and you're soft locked. Which fortunately did not happen because I didn't do a safety save either. I forgot to. It's not a very difficult trick anyway, so once you get used to it. There's like multiple consistent setups for it, so it's quite nice. So now I got my buttons back after taking a death and hugging the cactus for a bit. Now, gonna shoot 2 arrows for no reason and get a key for no reason. And I'm gonna save and quit, because if you backtrack, when you're getting out of the desert there, then the owl will come and talk to you. So that's why it was faster to just die rather than like go inside a cave or something. Alright, so I'm making my way to Armos Maze. It is fairly dangerous here, because if you get hit by an Armos, they do 2 hearts of damage. And I already lost a heart from an unintended hit, so I'm gonna die in one hit if I'm not careful. I'm also kind of hoping that Bow Wow eats some of the Armos, because when he eats them, then they always drop a arrow as well. That one was kind of out of the way, but whatever. Alright, Armos knife fight. Oh, whoops. Oh, this is bad! Well, didn't get to see the glitch I was gonna do for the fight. So, when you get stunned, you can do infinite boots dash. When he lands and stuns you, if you are mid-dash with your boots, then he'll... then you get stuck in place and you're dashing, and when you're dashing while you have your sword equipped, then Link will stick the sword out in front of him. So you're kind of like dashing in place with your sword hitbox out in front of you. So you can just like keep hitting him against the wall after that happens. I was a little late on my dash, so didn't get it, but not too bad. Managed to recover. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Yeah, so now it's gonna be the first instance of a Jesus jump in this category. So same with the pit buffer that I did for Villa Skip. Same with drowning in water. If you pause on the frame that you're supposed to... Oh, what am I doing? If you pause on the frame that you're supposed to drown, then you can like stand on the water. So you can jump. You can jump for that one frame, and you can also transition on screens too. So there I made Bow Wow eat the cutscene for revealing Dungeon 6. I don't know why that works, but yeah, it's a thing. So you can like move a little bit faster. So I shot a bomb arrow against the wall to proc that to happen. Was hoping he would give me a heart drop too, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But shouldn't be too big of a deal. Alright, so I'm just holding up and left to get through this room. Those big balls are RNG, like they can get in your way. I didn't get hit by either one, so that's actually incredibly lucky. Since my health is kind of low, then yeah, since my health is kind of low, then I wouldn't want to get hit like a bunch of times by them. Because if I took 3 hits, then I would just be dead. So here's the tile room, so gotta try and dodge these hits. Additionally, so most of the times when I've opened a chest, I've usually opened the save and quit menu, and most of the times not actually save and quit. So that skips the text. Same with like when entering most dungeons, it skips the text for you. So usually doing it when opening most chests. What is happening? Just started poking at the wall for fun there. Alright, so I'm gonna super jump to skip... Oh wow. Super jump to skip most of this dungeon. To get to the Nightmare Key early. What am I doing here? So, you have to throw this pot into this chest to get the Nightmare Key. It's like the one time that they use that gimmick to open a chest. In this dungeon, you have to do it to open doors every now and then. With the level 2 bracelet, but not with chests, like, ever. So, since I'm traversing backwards, I'm able to skip that Dodongo snake fight as well. They, since I'm coming in backwards from where you enter, normally you're supposed to fight them to get to where the Nightmare Key is. And there was horse heads, so you need both of those horse heads to face upright when you throw them. I got amazing luck first try. Because it's a 50-50 chance for each of them to stand upright, so it's a 1 in 4 chance for you to actually open the door for each double throw. So, got incredibly lucky there. Alright, so here's Facade, or well, he'll be here soon. So before he fully spawns in and before his text box comes up, for some reason his hitbox is still... His hitbox is active. So you can get three free hits with bombs, so you can turn this fight from a 5 cycle to a 2 cycle. Do that. It also has like the longest like death animation out of all the bosses. It just explodes longer for like no reason. Alright, so there's Dungeon 6. The reason why we went to Dungeon 6 this early as well, is because... So with the level 2 bracelet, after you beat Dungeon 4, normally a ghost appears that you have to help in like this long side quest, but if you have level 2 bracelet, the ghost never appears after you beat Dungeon 4, so that's why we beat Dungeon 6 before Dungeon 4 in this category. The ghost doesn't give us anything of value, and if the ghost is following you, you can't enter dungeons as well. So there's going to be a chain of Jesus jumps coming up. So this part can lose you a lot of time if you're not executing well enough, because So the game runs at 60 FPS, and you want to get like frame perfect jumps onto the water normally. So I had 5 extra pauses, so I got like basically like a 2 buffer on average for all of them. So that's decent. But yeah, ideally you'd want to get like 5 frame perfect jumps. So obviously that's really hard. Alright, so pretty much just like moving towards Dungeon 4 at this point. I'm gonna try a swag strat here. Oh, failed it once. Failed it twice. Failed it 3 times. 4 times. Alright. 5th try. So, compared to the alternate route that recently got updated, that strat only saves 0.2 seconds if you, well, get it first try. So obviously I lost a ton of time for this leg. So we call those the French bonks, or le bonks. But I just wanted to show it off anyway. So I'm going to be entering this cave, just going in and out to set my save point here. And then I'm going to go put the angler key that I got from the desert to unlock Dungeon 4. And then save warp back to that cave to actually make my way to Dungeon 4. So yeah, with that, there probably won't be much to explain for a while, so if anyone has anything to say, you can go ahead.
Alright, well, we currently don't have any new donations, so I shall remind everyone that Speed Stuff for Charity 8 is raising money in support of Lead. To donate, go type !donate in chat and follow the link. You can also apply your donation to various bid wars and incentives. If you'd like to apply your donation to an open-ended bid war, be sure to note your choice in your donation comment. Currently, I believe we have 2 bid wars going on, which I will get up. So we've got the weapon choice in Kid Icarus Uprising, and your options are Blade, Staff, and Claws. Staff is currently leading with $50, Claws just behind with $40, and Blade sat on a measly $1. Can we get some support for Blade, perhaps? Currently $49 behind. And then we've also got the character bid war for Puyo Puyo Fever 2. The character choices are Sig, Amity, and Rafina. So if you want to see one of those in the Puyo Puyo Fever 2 run, make sure to get your donations in for those ones as well.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, so what was I gonna say about that? So I did a Jesus jump, and again when you pause when landing on the water you get pushed down a few pixels, so you can get pushed into that block and push it. Instead of blowing up the block to actually get to that chest. So it does save a second if you get a frame perfect Jesus jump, but I had like 3 extra pauses there. I paused really, really early. Alright, my health was looking a little dangerous there, but I'm good now. So yeah, that switch pattern is RNG as well. The one that I got, I feel is like average. It's like usually the one that I almost always get in runs. Alright, and okay, so here me doing a P-hat clank. So with the super jump, I use my sword to clank off of the P-hat to get up to that ledge to get the nightmare key early. So yeah, early nightmare key. It's just the name of the strat. Alright, and here, don't blink. So yeah, choose that boss. Not really much to say. Did a spin slash. Skip this text by doing the menu and equipped bomb arrows during it, and then shot 2 bomb arrows downwards to kill him. And yeah, if anyone could type !donate, please.
Well, I have something to tell you then, in that case. We just got a $1 donation from Zopni. I think you're gonna like this one. It says, "Do not let the chain chomp distract you from how amazing Ryan is."
Yeah, Bow Wow.
Please do not let the chain chomp distract you. Whatever you do, that's the one thing you can't do is let the chain chomp distract you.
He'll be distracting me in a bit. So yeah, we actually never bring him home. Like, I think after you beat Dungeon 2, then normally you're supposed to bring him back, but in almost every category we don't bring Bow Wow home. Which can be good, like, for example, in the Armos maze, it's quite handy, but sometimes he actually does get in your way, or eat things that you don't want him to eat. So, can be good, can be bad. So yeah, this is pretty much just like movement to get to Dungeon 5, and then gonna have like, yeah, pretty much like movement intensive dungeon coming up next. So here's D5. First part, this room, I'm not gonna say the name of the room that community calls it. I actually got good RNG there, so it went as smoothly as I was hoping. So when I spin slash that Helmasaur in the face, can only do it if he moves to the right, which is a 25% chance. And he moved to the right, so... Oh god, I completely botched this room. So I'm trying to grab this key, then I'm going to save and quit to unlock the door from the room that I won't say on stream. Wow, Helmasaur to the right again, right there. No, I don't need to kill him this time. But... Oops. Alright, bit of disasters, but it's fine. So, Master Stalfos here. So, a gimmick of this dungeon is that you fight this mini-boss 4 times. And, the first 3 fights, normally you're supposed to do enough damage that he'll run away. But this first fight, we actually can overkill him and hit him with 4 bomb arrows. And so we overkilled him, and he ends up dropping a key when that happens. And also, the mini-boss music won't stop playing until the music gets changed. So we actually changed the music with the same music, so it will go away when he runs away this time. It's funny, there's actually some other Mario characters in this dungeon, but we won't see any of them, unfortunately. Or seemingly Mario characters. They're actually Legend of Zelda original though. If you know what a cheap is. Alright, Master Stalfos 3. Actually, my health is pretty low, so probably gotta be careful, or try to not make mistakes and stuff. So, another super jump to get over those blocks. And I'm gonna try to damage boost here, but I messed up severely. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna just go really slow this time. Haven't had that error happen in a very long time, but sometimes it happens. So I only got a few shots at this, but you can like barely make this jump across the pit. Alright, second try. And yeah, so I got the Nightmare Key early without the hook shot. There. Helmasaur to the right yet again. So yeah, if it goes like any other direction, then you gotta spend time chasing after him, and maybe chasing after the keys too. There's Master Stalfos number 4. So this is the one that you're supposed to actually kill to get the hook shot. So gotta also make sure not to save and quit too early, because you have to actually wait for the hook shot to appear in the inventory. Otherwise, what would happen? It wouldn't be in your inventory even after the save and quit. So And Master Stealth Force 4 would be back, so you'd have to fight him again. Alright, health looking good now, since I got some lucky drops there. So there, I clipped into the wall and used the hook shot against that pot to drag myself through the wall. Or through the block as well. So that skips fighting Goma, the mini-boss in this dungeon. Or the actual mini-boss. So yeah, I don't think there's any category where you fight Goma. So the only times that I ever end up fighting Goma is like randomizers, I think. As of late. So yeah, Swall Snake. So it needs 8 hits to kill. So I've got 4 and 4. So yeah, it's random where he appears out of the hole, so it's gotta react and then drag him out. And if you pull him out far enough, you can end up getting like 5 hits in one cycle, potentially. So there I got 4 and 4, so it's exactly what I needed to be able to 2-cycle the fight. Alright, so getting pretty close to wrapping up this run. For another like 15 to 20 minutes. Actually, yeah, I think 20 is more accurate. Don't know where the timer is at currently, but...
We are currently about 36 minutes into the run, so if it takes another 20 minutes, you'll be just under your estimate.
Okay. So this run's been pretty bad. So yeah, I think I might be on like... I don't even know what pace I'm on. 55, 54, maybe? I don't have my actual splits up, so I'm not too sure. Alright, so I gotta take this warp. So I'm gonna warp near Dungeon 4, and gonna make my way back up and past Dungeon 4, where Waterfall is, to a trick that's like pretty run killing for, well, more so for like top runners and new runners. So I'll be doing like a safer variant, so hopefully I won't waste too much time doing it. So it's gonna be called the called the Rooster Skip. So normally there is a blue rooster that you need to revive with the Frog Song of Soul. But so I don't have the song and don't even have the ocarina at all, which we'll be getting for like this whole category. So it saves a lot of time because getting the Frog Song of Soul takes long. You also need 300 rupees to even like buy the song. You would need to get the ocarina. And then you would have to actually go back to the village and like revive the rooster and then come back here. So instead, you'll be doing hookshot jumping. First I'm going to do a save and quit here. Combination of for safety and also for actual like strat for the Dungeon 7 boss. So here, you're going to do hookshot jumps, which... so there's one frame when the hookshot comes back to Link that he can jump. So you can, yeah, even over pits in midair. Wow, what? Okay, gotta try again with the... Yeah, since I saved there anyway, then you can just hard reset and try again. Because when you fall into that pit, then you get brought outside, so you'd have to like climb back up and then come back in. Also, sometimes Bow Wow can get in your way. Which he might be coming for a hug right now. Alright, cool. There you go. So, if you're skilled enough, you can actually do those hookshot jumps unbuffered. There's like, again, there's one frame where you can jump when the hookshot comes back to you. So you can time a 1-frame jump. So I did the easier strat of just buffering it. Basically, with a combination of save and quit buffers and map buffers. So if you're using your menu or save and quit to buffer, then it advances the game 1 frame at a time. So with that, you can just keep going until you get the frame that you need. If you use a map buffer, it advances the game 4 frames at a time. And you can only buffer the jump. For whatever reason, you can only buffer that jump for the hookshot jump out of a map buffer. So there's a specific frame that we get to, which is like 4 frames before the frame that you can jump, and then use the map buffer and just buffer your jump after. And
so, sorry, just a quick announcement. You may have figured out from chat already, some people, but we just got a $7 donation from Deathline, whose comment says, $100 total already, let's keep it going. And with that, we did in fact already reach $100 raised for lead. Thank you so much, everyone who's donated already. Make sure to get your donations in so we can hit our goal nice and early.
Holy, that was so fast. Thanks, everybody. It's actually super dope. Yeah, I guess there was like the $50 already for like 1 donation incentive, so... did it catch up by chance? Because it was what, $1 versus $50, right?
Let me take a quick look at that. No. So Blade is still currently on $1, I'm afraid. We're still a little ways to go with that bid war. But there's been a bit of movement in the Puyo Puyo Fever bid war now. Rafina's currently leading with $7. Amity has $1, and Sig is still yet to get off the mark. So if you feel particularly passionate one way or another, make sure to get your donations in for that one.
Yep. So there, people might have been confused as to what I was doing. So yeah, I was just bomb triggering to destroy those pillars. Instead of doing the normal gimmick of the dungeon is to grab a metal ball that was in another room, and then throw the metal ball at the pillars to break each of the pillars, which brings the 4th floor down to the 3rd floor. But with bomb triggers, you can achieve the same thing. First try Goomba Surf. So yeah, basically you needed that top Goomba to move to the right, and then you can super jump off of the wall if you're clipped 1 pixel into the wall, and bounce off that Goomba like Mario intended, and you can skip needing the Nightmare Key to get to this boss. So additionally, I mentioned how I saved and quit in Rooster Cave. So for whatever reason, the ground is not solid if you save and quit and never visit a screen that has a warp tile. And yeah, you can screen wrap your hookshot because of that. Just on this fight, I don't know why that happens. It's really weird. And yeah, with that, Dungeon 7 is down. So, only a couple more to go. But yeah, again, also, everybody, good job with reaching $100 already. It's been like, what, a little over a half hour? So it's pretty dope.
So yeah, we're currently about an hour deep since we started the broadcast. So it's pretty incredible. I think we're going faster than we were going last year, if I remember correctly. So
nice.
who knows what we could achieve by the end of the event if people continue this amazing generosity that they've shown so far.
Nice potential to reach greater heights. Love to see it.
Indeed, our current donation goal is $2,000, but I think we went beyond that last event, and that was when we only had a donation goal of about 500. I seem to remember. So who knows where we could end up this time around.
Nice. All right, calling it now. Let's break 5,000, everybody.
Oh my goodness. We'll have to wait and see about that one. Maybe.
We'll see. Might be asking for too much, but we've already gotten 2,000, so we'll see. I assume that the marathons are getting bigger each time, so that means more people available to support. So yeah, of course, each and every one of you, it's up to y'all. for us to make it to these goals. It's a group effort. Alright, so, doing flame skip, so normally you need the level 2 shield to repel that, the flames there, but if you clip into the wall, you won't get pushed backwards when you take damage, so you can use the invincibility frames to get through the wall. Or get through the flames, so. And I bomb triggered here, because normally you need the Frog Song of Soul to wake up the, wake up the Turtle Rock. And, yeah, instead you can bomb trigger yet again to wake him up. So yeah, as y'all can see, bomb triggers are really broken. And yeah, so super jumped over that wall to kind of skip a lot of this dungeon. And now I'm going to be doing something called a bookshot clip, which if you have hookshot on B, then if you use your feather and hookshot on the same frame, then Link gets pulled into objects that he hooks onto faster. And there's 2 pixels that can clip you through that key block. So you can access those stairs without needing a key. If you actually exit that 2D section, like going back up the stairs, then you'll end up being soft locked because you get stuck on the key and you can't re-enter the stairs. So there, I killed Blano, then I super jumped over the blocks, since I never hit the switch to lower those blocks. And that got me the magic rod, not the fire rod. So now I'm going to be doing lava swim, so it's kind of a Jesus jump while transitioning on the screen while on top of the lava. While having flippers, it makes you swim in the lava. So it's pretty incredible that Link can swim in lava. Alright, more super jumping to skip a ton of stuff. And here's Cue Ball, mini boss. I'm gonna try to stun lock him by spin slashing when he starts moving. And need 4 spin slashes to kill him. Next up is what we call the Roomba Room. So push this rolling rock to fill in the spaces, which will spawn the chest for the Nightmare Key. There's a ton of ways to do this pattern, so none of them save time over the other. Just depends on when the chest spawns, how close you are to the chest by the end of it. Since you can jump while the rolling rock is moving. Alright, gonna grab these arrows and gonna Jesus jump yet again. So again, just like with pit buffers, Jesus jumping also pushes Link downwards a few pixels, so so you can like clip into the wall and super jump over to get to the boss door here. So here's Hothead. And yeah, so Hothead takes damage from Magic Rod. Pretty much the only damage source that you're going to be able to do in a natural run. So do something that's not meant for TV. I'll leave that to y'all's imagination. Oh my gosh, everybody talking about age now in chat. Wondering who I'm older than. I don't think anyone said their real age. Okay, anyway, so making our way to back to Dungeon 2, as I said, finish it in 2 visits. It's also on the way back to, since we needed the 8 instruments to open up the Windfish egg, then it's like right on the path to getting there from Dungeon 8. So let's come and clean up Dungeon 2. So yeah, more Mario characters. Alright, and here making myself kind of intangible. It's a weird glitch. If you like hook really close to a pot, then for some reason like you can be like intangible and like walk through enemies. So using that again to walk through that Zol. Whoops. And I never mentioned that in 2D sections, for whatever reason, if you dash off of the ground, you can still jump in midair while you're in midair if you're like in a dash. So it saves having the boots there saves a lot of time because normally you gotta wait for like the platforms to drop down and stuff by standing on them. So instead you can just skip all that by dash jumping across. So here, oh wait a minute, here I clipped into the wall to break the pot in one cycle. Normally you're supposed to do 3 cycles of dodging those fireballs and like throwing the pot into the wall one by one. But if you're clipped into the wall and throw the pot to the left, then it'll break it in one go. The Roomba has entered the room to destroy my shins. Alright, almost at the end. So yeah, now actually making our way to the Windfish egg. I'll probably be quiet for when the Ballad of the Windfish plays, when I bomb trigger it in a moment. I know the community calls it the national anthem. Here it is. Okay. So, a bunch of things to explain coming up now. First off, so I never read the book in the library with the magic lens to tell you the path of this maze. So if you never read it, the default path is left, up, right, up, left, up. And then it changes if you read the book. So that's the first thing. Next, so when I actually get to the boss fight, I'm going to try and do a bomb trigger right away. And it's going to skip 12 seconds worth of text, and also the music. The music won't play, too. And the music rolls RNG, normally. So, yeah, so the music rolls RNG. So with this, first off, I'm able to set up that blob quick kill. The second thing is that I'm able to potentially manipulate Aghanim here's RNG. So, just like if you played A Link to the Past. So here on the third cycle onwards, he has a 50% chance to shoot either an energy ball or a blue ball. You can't reflect the blue balls, so so we manipulate so that we get all energy balls. So there it is. And then here, oh, I messed up. But you can actually stun lock the Shadow Moldborn. Before he starts moving. But since I messed it up, I gotta chase him around. It's faster to use the boot dash because it actually does twice as much damage as the normal slashes. Otherwise, you would take like 16 hits to kill instead of 8. For Shadow Ganon, just kind of run him down until he dies. Shadow Lamola, 1 spin slash will kill him. And now here's Death Eye. So, gotta wait for his giant eye to open, and he can take however long he wants to open his eye. This is really good RNG, but I missed one shot though, unfortunately. Alright, now he's taking long. Alright, that was decent. So time will be coming up when I reach the top of the stairs and the screen fades to white. In a few seconds. And time. Alright, so hope y'all enjoyed watching that run.
Great job.
And yeah, I tried my best to commentate properly. There's definitely some info I missed out on. So
I was enjoying that the whole way through. I was loving that. 55-14 in the end, so you came under estimate. Well done.
Nice. All right,
that was a great run. One of the best Zelda runs I've watched in quite some time. I really enjoyed that. So thank you so much for doing that for us.
No, I'm glad. Yeah, if you've seen Anonymous in chat, she definitely check out like one of her runs. She's actually like super good at this game. But yeah, I figure, yeah, we're definitely not gonna watch the credits, even though I'm just habitually mashing buttons right now. But I guess we'll just say some closing words. So, yeah, everybody, thank you again for watching. Thank you all for supporting this charitable cause as well, and like getting us over $100 already. Yeah, keep the donations coming. Make sure to type !donate when you can. And yeah, if you're also interested in this speedrun as well, yeah, on the speedrun.com page, there's a ton of resources. There's a link to the Discord. Community members are helpful if you have any questions as well. But I think this game is like fairly easy to get into. It's definitely like hard to get like really good at. So yeah, if you like a challenge, it's definitely something that's like good to start in. Like it's fairly accessible. All right, and with that, I will see y'all later. I'll be back on Sunday for Metroid Zero Mission 100%. So peace out.